Hey guys, welcome to a Wednesday edition of MoviePass Monday. So now this MoviePass Monday series, while I'm really excited about it, I said, hey, if there's big news happening or material news, I'm going to probably do like a break. I probably can't wait till Monday if something happens. And we happened something last week, and now this week again, MoviePass put out an SEC filing. Basically, Helios and Matheson, which owns 92% of MoviePass, put out an SEC filing on Tuesday. And the stock took a hit. It lost 31% of its value. The stock's lost like 2/3 of its value over just the past few weeks. And I wanted to speak to this. So not for investors. This isn't an investing piece. It's more a piece about what the financial situation at MoviePass means for you. And let's go over explicitly what it means. The filing, the reason it scared investors was that MoviePass said that they're basically down to $15.5 million in cash at the end of April. And they have another $27.9 million, which in their words are in deposit with our merchant processors. So it's a total of $43.4 million, but they don't have access to that. This $27.9 million is actually plans that have been prepaid for a year in advance or quarterly in advance, not the monthly plans that they're having now. So this is pretty shocking for a few reasons. First of all, having just $15.5 million in cash at the end of April 30th, just 11 days earlier, MoviePass, or basically Helios and Matheson, but we're talking about MoviePass, the same thing. Helios and Matheson had raised $30 million through a secondary offering. So they actually had raised a little less because you have to pay Canaccord, the underwriter, a little bit. But let's just say $29 million-ish dollars that was raised through the sale of stock and warrants. So they bled through a good chunk of that, plus whatever they had before. So right now they're saying that they're losing an average of $21.7 million a month, and that is from September 30th through the end of April. Through that 7 month, they've lost $21.7 million on a cash basis. That's important over the past 7 months. This is important because I say this because just a few weeks ago when it was trying to get the secondary offering, it said it was losing an average of $20 million from the end of September through the end of March. So $20 million over 6 months, or $21.7 million average over 7 months, means that 7th month, April, is probably close to $30 million that they lost on a cash deficit basis. So again, you can work the math. The math is correct. What I'm telling you is that it's not just $21 million. It's a lot more that they lost last month on a cash basis. So here's the deal with MoviePass. They need cash. And last month, they thought, all right, we struck a deal with Canaccord Adams. We're going to set a shelf registration, which is basically the way we can raise $150 million through new stock. They only put out 30. They only were able to sell, Canaccord was only able to sell $30 million of that 100, so 20% of that. And while that technically leaves the other $120 million to offer later, the day that happened, the stock also lost about 30% of its value. So you have a case where if they try to raise money through stock, the stock takes a big hit. So investors are not going to have faith in this. And now you have the worst scenario of all right now with MoviePass saying that they are at $15.5 million in cash and another $27.9 million that they can't access right away. It's going to come as the year plays out. So it's almost like, all right, this is my incentive to keep going, but they're losing a lot more than that. So you have MoviePass in a pickle where the ways that they can raise money would be, all right, let's just do like what they did with Costco or with the iHeartRadio, a 9-month, a 3-month plan, or like with Costco or the earlier plan that they offered directly to consumers with Fandor, that it was, people paid a year in advance and they'd be paying just $8 a month instead of $10 a month, but they'd have to prepay it all ahead of time. So these annual plans, they give you cash up front, but it's done under the premise that people think, I'm going to get a full year of service. And right now, if you tell yourself, MoviePass, they have $15.5 million in hand, another $27 they can access. Let's assume that under a miracle that they were able to get that full $27.9 million in right now, so they had the full $43.4 million, which they don't. They don't have full access to that, like not immediate access to it. They can, I guess, borrow against it, but who wants to, it's a bad credit risk at this point. You know that they have less than a month, if not 2 months, of cash available to them. Would you sign up for an annual plan? And exactly, that's the issue right now, that it's going to be hard for them to market the service. And of course, the worst thing about this is that this comes at a time just when you thought MoviePass had finally snapped and said, we get it. And Mitch Slow had said he's going to offer family plans, premium plans, friend plans. So with one card, it includes 2 or 3, so you can bring buddies to you with the movies. All these neat things that may or may not happen at the end of this month. now become a lot harder to justify to roll out, because right now there's a more pressing need to raise money. And what happens here is anyone's guess. But if you have MoviePass, clearly this is a plan that may not be around by the end of the year. Not in its current situation, and not with Helios and Matheson's inability to raise cash. It was raised $30 million just a couple weeks ago, and less than a month ago, and it's already down to half that at the end of April. So the one silver lining in all this, and it's not silver lining because it makes life harder on you and I as MoviePass members, is that it did say that it is in the process of doing a better job of controlling costs. So it said its losses trimmed by 35% through the first week of May. And how they trim their losses, as we all know, is first of all, they locked everything to a single device, an account to one device, so you can do it on 2 or 3 devices, which they didn't work checking if you just logged into any device you were in, which is their way of, in their sense, curbing people from sharing their account. So you could have shared your password with your spouse or a child or a friend or a stranger if you're just that trusting, maybe even sold a ticket that way or something. But you trust them with it. But then they would have also had to have the debit card. So it's not like it wasn't a very easy process, I would think, to cheat MoviePass this way. But I think they realized that, hey, if there's like a single family with a card or something, and they're just leaving the card on the counter, and whoever needs it takes it, that was making them go through more movies than they had to. So they did that. Obviously, limiting movies to a single viewing also stings us as consumers, but to them that means that there's going to be less usage. So this is a service that we know the model is unsustainable in its present form, and all the stuff it's been dreaming about, ways that it can actually cash in and make up the difference, aren't necessarily very feasible. But even if they were feasible, now we realize that MoviePass does not have the time to make it happen. So there's a cash crunch happening. It's why the stock is down to its lowest level since MoviePass was acquired. And even if you don't care about the stock market, and you shouldn't because you're out there enjoying movies, know that this is a company that is going to need a financial backer or some means to raise money. It's already tried to raise money through the markets, and you already know the model does not make a lot of sense. So if you're going up to like a venture capitalist or a creditor, they're going to be a little edgy on how to do that. The underwriter that they got them to raise the first $30 million was just an underwriter was just so bullish on them that had a $15 price target in the stock that's now $1 and change. So again, this is not about the stock market. This is about the service. Know that MoviePass is in dire straits, but there's nothing you can do about this. This isn't a thing. You can't save MoviePass. It's not like saying, guys, don't use your cards, all right? We all agree not to use our cards. Because if someone is. You're all going to get in swimming pools and say, no one pee in the pool, no one pee in the pool. But Billy's going to pee in the pool. Jimmy's going to pee in the pool. Mary just peed in the pool. So there's not a lot you can do to make. One person is not going to make a difference. But hopefully MoviePass figures this out. Hopefully they have now almost 3 million subscribers. And that kind of girth makes them valuable to supply a more larger entertainment company, maybe even a movie studio. I doubt you're going to see the movie theater chains go after this because people like AMC hate it. AMC actually said, again, it was $11.88 a ticket that they're collecting now. They actually said in the latest conference call that it's closer to $12 a ticket that they're getting now. So the model does not work in its present form, and hopefully we can all enjoy it. But if not, milk it to the end, I guess. Try to do it legitimately, but know that this is real. MoviePass needs money at this point, and hopefully we can all continue to enjoy movies because it's a heck of a service. So this is not an emergency, but I guess a special report on MoviePass, and we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, subscribe. The MoviePass Monday is a real deal. Every Monday I'm putting an update on everything that's happened over the past week. And hopefully there's a MoviePass Monday series continuing because if MoviePass goes out, I don't know what I'll be doing with my Mondays. So subscribe to my channel. Thank you for the support on that, and thank you for the kind words and comments. We've had a lot of great discussions on the first 3 videos, I guess, we've done on MoviePass. I'm still going to keep going. This is MoviePass with MoviePass Monday on a Wednesday. Out.